Also, in a very surprising note, Trae Young will make his debut for the Washington Wizards on Thursday against the Utah Jazz. The reason this is surprising is the Wizards pick the Wizards need to continue to lose so that pick does not go to the New York Knicks. I imagine that if Trae Young plays, he's going to try his damnedest to win. Now, I don't think that they have anybody above
minutes restriction
6'8", 6'9" to play center. So that's going to be rough. But one thing about Trae is he could always go for 50 and just shoot you to a win.
50 and 12.
Right. he could force his way to a win. And I do think that I know he's motivated. There's one thing about him. He is going to be motivated to prove to Atlanta that they made a mistake. I don't know how feasible that is, but the kid is motivated. And I just don't understand this play. You guys not trying to win. You did have a pretty serious injury. You've had a couple Achilles type of issues in the past. I don't know why play these games when you guys are not competitive nor really trying to compete. And there's no Anthony Davis and there's no Alexander Sarr.
Adam Silver made the call because this has been the theme for everybody. Giannis came back. Why? Trae coming back. Why? That whole gambling thing. This is an issue that we are going to have to monitor going forward because this goes against everything that teams have done until that whole tanking thing came out.
Well, my pushback is going to be, we're tanking and charge me $500,000 like you did or $100,000 like you did Danny Ainge last year. I'll pay it.
Adam Silver's reactionary. That don't mean he could charge you more.
Okay, whatever it is, it's not worth me risking a guy that I just traded for, and then I'm going to probably have to pick up a play. And, because this is like, God forbid, this is not what I want to happen. But what happens if that Achilles pops? He's still going to take that $50 million player option.
Yeah, you'd have to. That's good business.
Right. So I don't understand I will pay $1 million to not risk $50 million. And you can't even get me to $1 million with it ain't but 10 or 11 games left in the season. Even if you hit me for $500,000, it still keeps me out of the risk. It's just I don't understand.
I don't get it. Or unless they just trying to get him back on the court to like almost as a workout, like practice, as you said the Hawks had. And I don't know.
It don't make sense to me. And Kev, you got any insight? Because
blessings and Godspeed. No.
This
ain't my team though.
I don't even understand why Trae would want to get out there and do that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not playing. I'm not risking it because I need another contract first. He should not play until he gets another contract or you pick up the player option. If they're not going to pay you, and they've already said they're going to pay you, I would not jeopardize my money now.
Yeah.
Seems like y'all
ironically,
at least
Trae has played no games and already got kicked out of one. So
now that's the other thing. He gonna get you about 15, 16 technical fouls a year. So just go ahead and build that in there. Make that apart. Show what he can do for the next team. Maybe they aren't willing to pay.
The Jazz. Show what he can. Well, no, the Jazz, they set.
Jazz
Isaiah Collier got that lot.
Yeah.
48. I played 48 minutes for 82
But this is
games.
the thing. What was released today was that Trae is going to sign a contract with the Wizards. So it sounds like they at least have a framework of a of a contract, and they're not trying to win because they don't want the Knicks to get that pick. But once again, we are trying to figure out a good plan of action for a team that historically has made poor decisions. I don't understand stupid. This seems stupid to me.
Speaking of that,
I told y'all this to start the season. I do this every season specifically in football and basketball. If you followed the pod for a long time, this has been a Trevor Lawrence recurring theme, and it has now been a recurring theme for the Lakers and the Miami Heat. I'm speaking of contracts where players have earned what they believe to be a perceived amount of money and what the teams will actually play. There was a message that came out and said that Austin Reaves is looking to make to sign a contract for 5 years, $210 million. For the people who are not great at math, that is $42 million a year. I think that is relatively expensive. Another guy in a very similar situation is Tyler Hero, who I assume is going to want whatever Austin Reaves gets because he's played better longer and he's actually a one-time All-Star. And as with the CBA, I don't know of what teams are going to be willing to pay these guys who, while are both very good scorers, really don't bring a whole lot else to the game. They're not really elite facilitators. They're not good on defense. They're not rebounders. They're just buckets. And $40 million bucket is kind of expensive considering everybody in the NBA can score. But I've been telling y'all this.
I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't do it.
I've been telling y'all this all season. I'm like, hey, man, these guys want to be paid. And if I'm the Lakers, I'm not paying this. I just maxed Luka.
You can't pay it. You physically cannot pay this. Because you have Luka, and then I'm assuming that you're gonna get rid of LeBron, but LeBron ain't got that many places to go. It's either LA or Cleveland for me that I can really pay attention to. Although I was having a conversation in the barbershop, shout out to the dudes that was yelling at me, and I was thinking about it. LeBron, if he wants to win, should leave the Lakers and go to Orlando. Going to Orlando allows him to be the point forward.
He cannot go there. He cannot go to Orlando. He specifically said, out of all the teams, and it's funny that you say that team specifically, he said, I ain't never going to Orlando.
That's foolish. Because
you make plans and God laughs. It's funny that is the one place he said specifically, I ain't going to Orlando.
If you look at the fit, and the reason I say that, and we'll get back to Lakers, this is all coming back to the Lakers, I promise, is LeBron is at the age now where his best attribute is getting everybody else using his mind versus his athleticism. Orlando has athleticism galore, and they have pieces to trade, and LeBron could come there and be the point forward. He could get Paolo the ball, who you just substitute Paolo for AD. Right? That's what he wanted to do with AD, but AD kept getting hurt. You get Paolo the ball. You have other guards and other defensive players that could take the pressure off of LeBron. And you also have you wouldn't lose much of a bench because you have so many assets over there. To me, that's the best space because he can't go back to LA. As they've already released conversations, and I know you've seen it, not conversations, but rumors, where the LA said they're going to talk with Luka and Austin Reaves about LeBron's future in LA, which is...
No. I had to rewatch the clip because it's actually from the shop. And Rich asked him, does Orlando have any chance of free agency? He looked him in his eyes and said, no chance. Funny how that works.
Somebody did something, but it's the best. It's the best. I may be wrong, I think Houston would be another one, where he could be a point forward and just give the ball to KD forever. But to me, like that's his role. But the Lakers, y'all, I don't even. What's past dysfunction?
I don't think I honestly don't think it's dysfunction. It's just you're in the tough part of the rebuild. You're in it. You're
Well,
in the
they've never had to
midst of
rebuild
it.
either.
Yeah, they
Theoretically,
have. Yeah, they have.
they rebuilt once in my lifetime that I can remember. Well, 90s,
No.
90s,
Yeah,
the nine post Magic, I guess. Yeah,
yeah. They rebuilt Kobe
that
Shaq.
was that was
They
6 years.
then they rebuilt Lonzo, Brandon Ingram.
That's the one I was talking about where it
Yeah,
actually worked. They
yeah.
actually they built a really good team.
And this
Yeah,
is
they
where
were.
you got to strip it down to the studs. This is the reason that everything is so bad is that, I mean, you're also, it's just they got to get rid of everybody. That's the reason that they didn't, none of these guys are on long-term deals. This is just the point where, hey, what we got is what we got. We not signing nobody. We not extending nobody. Y'all gonna have to make it work with this. And then
Does that
next
include
year,
JJ?
I think that yeah, probably. I don't think that JJ is a good fit in the first place. I don't think that I'm not. I'm not sure. I don't know why people think that JJ is a good coach. I said this from the beginning. Is he a good commentator? Yes. Is he a basketball nerd who had a podcast with LeBron James? Yes. But I don't know him to be a good coach. And everything that I've seen, especially in this NBA, he's not the greatest manager
People.
of people, egos, tension. He's a guy who, for better or worse, wears all of his emotions on his sleeves, and you can tell it. And he's
Him and Luka just
also
went at it.
and also Luka and him are never they're going to be oil and water because how they see basketball. Luka is a guy who's been good his entire life. He's always been a guy who is going to be the best guy in the NBA eventually. JJ Redick is a workout demon who's not really athletically gifted and has really just had to at every point outwork like good basketball player, but due to his limited athleticism has had to really just work out every day and practice every day to be a NBA player. So you trying to coach a guy who's just like, nah, I've been good my whole life versus like JJ who's good, but I've had to just practice a million times. Not saying that Luka don't do that, but you know, JJ is in better shape than Luka is today.
More of an indictment on Luka, but Luka it's gonna be interesting how this all plays out at LA
Yeah.
because they're already, and I guess you can go to the Byron tired. Like I said, they're tired of LeBron there.
It
They're
would be
tired.
better if they picked one singular struggle. They got 4 dumpster fires at the same time. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Trade
got
everybody, like you said. But it ain't like it's a lot to trade now.
no. It's not trading everybody. It's getting them just hey, clear the books. Get everybody off. Then we will call the people who we want to come over here. And there are going to be guys who want to come over and play with Luka. But Austin Reaves, this is a dumpster fire because this guy is undrafted. He played the game right. And now he's played himself into a position where he's going to make a ton of money. That's dumpster fire number 1. Right to LeBron. Byron Scott says this should be your last year here. You don't have to go. You don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. You have LeBron James, second best basketball player of all time, who's now looking for somewhere between a competitive team and a farewell tour. That's dumpster fire number 2. And then you got Deandre Ayton, who don't know his station in life and goes on to tell people says to his teammates, I'm not Clint Capela. And they try to turn me into Clint Capela. Clint Capela after this, Clint responds in the most classy but deadly way ever and say, "Hey man, you got two of the best floor generals in the game. Lock in." He didn't take a shot at him, but he's saying, "Hey man, you have all the opportunity in the world." Now, I will give a little bit of pushback and say I understand what DeAndre Ayton is saying. Hey, I'm a guy who can shoot the ball. I have touch around the rim. I'm not just a in paint rim protector. Now, what I will say is read the fucking room. You might need to watch some Clint Capela tape if you want to be successful. Yeah. Even though you have a larger skill set, this might not be the time nor the place for it. And I said, and he had played himself into into some money.
Talked his way right out of it.
I think that Clint Capela is his own worst enemy. There's nobody who plays better defense on Clint Capela than himself. Whether it be the air mattress that took him out,
or his.
What did I say?
Clint Capela.
Oh, yes. DeAndre Ayton and the air mattress, DeAndre Ayton and having the issue with the Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton and kind of playing himself into some money and then saying something stupid that the entire NBA began to laugh at you about. The best thing that you could
did this in Phoenix.
The best thing that you could probably do is just play basketball and shut up. But I also am starting to notice a theme about DeAndre Ayton. I'm not sure if he's the most aware and intelligent human. And I'm only saying that from the actions that I've seen from him.
I don't know about intelligence. I think it's arrogance. I think that we've seen this. That
air mattress is intelligence.
I mean, Steven Adams sleep on the floor. Yeah, his box spring on the floor. But anyway, my point is we've seen this before with people over extending or seeing themselves as something while the league sees them somewhere else. And DeAndre Ayton is that guy. He sees himself as dominating, right? And it's not working. We saw it with Andre Drummond. They offered Andre Drummond all that money. He wanted more. He then became a role player in the league, who actually is a very good role player.
Yeah, I don't like to put Drummond. I mean, because sometimes the market will just do you bad.
No, they offered Drummond $100 million and he wanted more, and it was like cool. So and similar to your boy Schroeder. So we've seen this before. It's just Ayton is loud.
That's the thing. Like,
shut up.
I don't have an issue with like gambling on yourself because we love a story where it says, "Oh, Austin Reaves, perfect example. He could have been drafted in the second round." He said no because that puts me into a contract that is more difficult to get out of. So you bet on yourself. So Drummond and Schroeder bet on themselves. It just didn't work. Ayton is not just betting on himself. He is literally, he's his own worst enemy. He's in the way of himself more than anything. And that, like, yeah. And the bad part is Twitter exists now, and your effort on certain plays is just going to be everywhere. And you can just see him. There's 4, 5, or 6 plays. He's just getting beat on pure not giving effort, not being in the right place. Even though I think one of those, LeBron actually supposed to pick that guy up and just doesn't. But you also have to know that 80-year-old,
54 for that barbershop. Yeah. Y'all paying 54 for no defense.
Yeah. So, but I think had Ayton not said anything and just played, and even if he didn't give his effort, he still would have. The kid's talent is there. It's just all he has negative intangibles, which probably means he'll be playing for the Brooklyn Nets soon.
They got Claxton unless they trade him.
Well, I think that, I mean, you'll be at whatever 2 or 3 teams that are tanking, because I don't think that there will be many next year. That's where you probably headed.
Chicago.
On a 1-year deal? Because I mean,
I don't care. I just said that's a fit. It could be 1 year, it could be 6 months for all I care. I don't care.
I don't know if him and Billy Donovan were.
Oh well, I mean, Ayton ain't gonna work with too many. I mean, he ain't work with old boy.
Monty,
the guy in the finals.
To be completely honest, DeAndre Ayton hasn't worked anywhere. Monty wanted him out. The Blazers just gave him away. And now
nobody signed him. He went to the Lakers.
Yeah. Right? And I mean, this is not great. So yeah, that is the one thing you don't want to happen is everybody to get tired of you. Especially once the Blazers have no use for you, and then you have a big team like the Lakers who have a big footprint, and I mean, it took Russell Westbrook a little minute to bounce back. I mean, Ayton, you ain't gonna have that. You're not gonna go somewhere and then
he could be cap relief. Cleveland, I could see moving Jared Allen and then signing Ayton, pairing him with old boy.
Cleveland,
he's gonna be cap relief. He's not. He's on his way to being DeAndre Drummond. Honestly.
Yeah, but at least Drummond was good for 2 contracts. Ayton is just gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? But if I'm Spider Mitchell, you cannot bring him over here. It's too unserious. I know what the answer. Sacramento Kings.
Oh,
Sacramento Kings. You get right over there. They trying to move Sabonis anyway. You can play the 5. They're not going to be competitive at anything anytime soon. That is the marriage right there. You can stay in California. Speaking of people moving on, Perk said that JJ got more excuse than a brother going to jail. It's time for you to coach. I think that we talked about this a few minutes ago. I don't know if JJ is a good coach.
How would you know if he's a good coach? He only been coaching for 1 year, not 2 years. The second year.
Second year. Pain and
second
strife.
year. He only been coaching for 2 years. 1.5.
You also coaching LeBron and Luka.
What that mean?
I mean, the Lakers team ain't great.
Coach, it don't matter who you coach.
I agree. I think that he's going to end up. I think that this is one of those situations. It's going to be better for everybody to get out of there. JJ, get on out of there.
And call it a day.
Yeah, just literally everything must go minus Luka. And just start over. No, it doesn't. Why do you think it sucks for Luka?
He was just in the finals.
Yeah, and this allows me
24 months ago
to strategically handpick the coach that I want and the supporting cast that I want. And I have I have all the money to spend minus my own contract. I think it's the best case scenario for him. I don't think he was ever going to get this anywhere else. Dallas waited too long to try to put players around him. He come right in and say, hey, and it's LA. I got a pristine location. I have a bankroll full of money, and I'm going to. This is him. This is him going into his LeBron era.
We'll see.
With full autonomy. And remember, the Lakers, the Buss family sold him to the guy who owns the Dodgers. So you got competent ownership that should be able to put a staff around him above and below. You're in the right city. And you don't have any contracts to be worried about. Yeah, this is best case scenario. This is equivalent of going to 2K and starting a franchise.
We shall see.
Reggie sounds skeptical as hell, boy.
They hired JJ Redick with no coaching experience.
When black people tell you we shall see like that, they don't think you're going to do right.
No belief, no faith.
Zero. On the other end of this, San Antonio Spurs have not lost a basketball game in the month of February. And
They did not. No, they did not. No. What's today? Nope, they lost yesterday. Yep, they did not lose a game in February.
basketball is such a strange place because we started this season. We were talking about 72 and 10. And now the Spurs might be the best team in the West.
I don't know, man. Joker came back and they right at they ain't fall. They at number 3.
Right. But just think about, like, we got all of our players. We got everybody on the right contract. We won a championship last year. We look like a dynasty. Wait, hold on. And then we started out like 24-0, like everything was rolling our way. And then life shows up. And now people don't even.
That's the nickname you got for Wemby is life, because that's what
happened.
Wemby,
yes.
3 out of 4.
No, but it's not just Wemby. It is De'Aaron Fox. It is Stephon Castle. It is Dylan Harper.
Champagne.
Yeah, and Champagne. Like, this is like, Wemby is good, but Wemby has also been on a minutes restriction. Wemby's been injured. They've been winning with and without Wemby. Like, this is a team.
Well, Stephon Castle is the guy that has taken them to the next level, if you want to say sans Wemby. Because as they said on the broadcast yesterday, during this whole run, he's been almost, if not the best perimeter defender in the league.
Right.
So, and now he's starting to hit threes, which is even scarier.
Right.
So, which puts them in a conundrum later on because they got a lot of players. But
I think a conundrum is not. No, I think they have a fantastic situation of assets to trade and combine. It's like we talked about in the group.
The conundrum is, who do you trade and who do you combine? Who do you get? Who's the people?
Oh, some of that is going to be easy. Harrison Barnes,
retirement.
No, you got one of two options, because Spurs is different. They will let you stay. You just got that one seat way at the end of the bench. You sit on the floor next to that seat. But you can stay, and you could basically be a coach. I think the Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, that's where it gets really interesting to me. But also, and they have our draft pick. Like, it won't be a great draft pick, but it's going to be mid. It's going to be right there in the middle, which is a good draft to find somebody, because there's still going to be plenty of players, 14, 15, 16. Fox, Castle,
probably
Vassell.
A replacement for somebody that they trade.
And, I mean, you could always pair that 15th pick and Vassell, or that 15th pick and Keldon Johnson, and potentially move up. If a team needs depth, yeah, I'll take 15, especially in a deep draft. Especially that's essentially what the Atlanta Hawks did last year with Ace and Newell. We knew who we wanted. You want Derek Queen? Well, yeah, we could do a swap.
No, that was a swindle.
I mean, yes, you probably won't swindle the Spurs in the same way, but if somebody knows that they got a guy that they're really like that probably won't be taken until 15, 16, 17, then yeah, and the Spurs got a guy at, say, 9, 10, 11 that they want. Yeah, I got to have him, which is going to be that. I don't know if Caleb Wilson goes that far, but it's going to be some guys in that area that the dude from Tennessee that plays like Risache Ament. Like, there are going to be guys that are available in that 10 through 14 slot that are going to be good. So yeah, you could combine and move up. They're in a good position.
I agree. They got smoked though. And Wemby's gonna professionals always adjust. And while Wemby is dominating, when he plays against the Spurs and they put when he plays against the Knicks and they put Mitchell Robinson in, and you get physical with Wemby, that's when it is not really overwhelming him. It's just you're tiring him out. And that's what teams have tried to do. They tried to tire him out by running, and the mug gets the rebound and then goes coast to coast. But if you constantly pause if necessary, bang him in the paint over and over and over again with Mitchell Robinson, and while y'all talk about Cat was still fighting in the paint, and that takes a lot of energy. And then you had OG and all
and
them.
Carl Anthony Towns he's still a large human. Like that's
250, 260, whatever he is.
No, he more than that. Let me tell you, Carl Anthony Towns is by now. He probably closer to. He's 7 feet tall. He's not a skinny basketball player.
He plays smaller than he is. But my point is, they figured out
kind of a way still to lay on you.
Right. You just kind of let you. I mean, Wemby gonna go off in the first.
They got him at 248. I think he probably closer to 260.
He's coming out the game a lot. I watched that whole game against the Knicks. He was coming out of the game a lot in the third, just because of fatigue.
I think they probably he's a guy that you might look at Hartenstein.
I would say you probably get somebody that's big enough to be able to be the backup center, or be able to then, because he's such a unicorn that you can put Wemby at the 4.
That's what I think the best thing for him probably is, to make him put it backside rim protection. All the 4s that and he's perfect for it. I don't have to defend. I don't have to physically wrestle with guys in the paint. But as soon as somebody comes into the paint and tries to shoot a shot, just block it. And ironically enough, Mitchell Robinson, free agent. Do you want to play in New York or do you want to play in San Antonio?
Mitchell Robinson? Oh, he loved San Antonio. Don't he be doing chess and jean shorts with loafers and all that stuff too? Doc Martens.
Also, Jared Allen. He'd be great in San Antonio. He might.
Walker Kessler.
Nope. Stay away from Danny Ainge. I've been telling y'all that. It's certain people you just and that Walker Kessler prototype is going to be valuable because guys like Wemby. See, you think that he's going to trade you Walker Kessler? Why would he do that? You know what Walker Kessler does for Wemby? Yeah, you might want to walk him to a championship. Get off my. You think I'm going to do that? I'm not doing it.
Yep.
I rob people. Don't get robbed.